back. It is what it is. Thug life. You know what I'm saying? We've been talking about a lot of different things. Like I said, the channel has been going crazy. All of this is thanks to y'all. You know what I mean? It is what it is. I cannot do any of this without y'all. I want to say that. We got I think like 7,100 subscribers in 7 days, and that tells me one thing. People are interested in what's going on in the news. They want to hear the perspective of people that actually live the same similar type of life that they live. We can listen to politicians all day, different news stations all day, different mediums from rich people, like continuing to tell us what they feel like we should know about, right? So I don't know, but I've been looking around and it seems like the support on this channel is growing. Look, y'all got to think, right? And I'm drinking today. I'm celebrating. You know what I'm saying? I met a lot of cool people. We ended up like talking about a lot of things. I communicate with the chat. My chat is lit. I feel like I got the most lit chat in the game. You know what I mean? So shout out to y'all. We had fun. We talked about Orlando Brown. I think that video got like 80 something thousand views this morning. That's all thanks to y'all. You know what I mean? So I appreciate y'all hitting the like button. That works. Because sometimes, like, if I'm doing a bunch of videos, the algorithm, you know what I mean? Shout out with the $20 donation from Jay said, we back. Shout out. He rich. Let me know if the audio is good, if it's messed up. I ended up making some adjustments. I know I was kind of like messing y'all ears up in the last one. I was just so excited. I got off work. I wanted to go live and talk to y'all. So that's what it was, man. Like normally I got more time to fix everything up, but I just wanted to get in here and talk to y'all and see what was going on. But shout out for the donation for supporting this, because y'all do understand a lot of times like videos like this and we giving alternative opinions and views on things that can be hindered in the algorithm, to where they don't want specific visibility, for different matters. I'm not saying YouTube is doing that, but on a lot of platforms, things like that happens, but I do want to give a special shout out to YouTube too, because we've had people trying to do things, right? We had Univision like trying to silence me. They got a little bit upset with what I did with the coverage of what happened when Kamala Harris at the town hall meeting. People are discovering that, there's a teleprompter. She's at a town hall meeting and there is a teleprompter. Nobody's talking about that on CNN. I don't see any of these like liberals talking about it. And like I say all the time, like whatever you are, I'm not going to have the chat control to where if you're liberal, you can't talk. I feel like everybody should be able to get out what they feel. You know what I mean? And there's going to be times I'm going to read people's comments that may be liberal. But in my specific situation in life and how I lived under the Trump administration versus living in the Biden administration, myself, I feel like I was living better off during the Trump administration. They can say all of these fear-mongering propaganda things that they want to say, right? They're going to tell you like, oh, Trump is, you got to be careful about the safety. You know what I mean? Trump is dangerous. They're going to tell you all of these different things. But one thing I do remember, there were no wars. I had more money in my pocket. Food prices was under control. China was in check. You know what I mean? Like Ukraine was straight. None of this was going on. But now we got a situation that it's a mess, right? The pandemic, Trump basically said, like wear your mask, social distance, all of that, you know what I mean? And I'm not going against it, what y'all want to say, you know what I mean? Social media and all that. I'm just saying what Trump said. He said social distance, do what you got to do, you know what I mean? Take hydrochloroquine if you want, and, just let's get back to it. We had another party shut down the whole country for a year. So I don't know. Y'all tell me what y'all think down in the comment section below. We got Kamala Harris doing all of these interviews saying the same rhetoric over and over again. People are getting tired of it. Okay, we understand. You grew up in a small town. Your mom was a small business owner. The lady down the street helped raise you. She was a small business owner. You like small businesses. That cannot be the answer for every question that is being asked to you. And people are waking up. They getting mad about it. They getting upset about it. They feel like you're playing with our intelligence. We've seen videos of Donald Trump talking about his plan, and his plan is talking about getting rid of the income tax on overtime. We see his plan talking about helping the average American person, right? We got a situation that's going on right now with North Carolina. There's an issue that's going on there. You know, and it took a long time for the FEMA, the federal government, to be able to step in and help. We seen videos of Glenn Beck. We reacted to that when he went and he talked to the lady that was running like that was in charge of that FEMA specific location. He's asking her, why are the trucks parked away from the people to where they can't see the trucks? She tells him, well, I could just come back tomorrow. We got citizens doing TikTok videos speaking out. They coming from Tennessee, Nashville, Tennessee, Chattanooga, all these different places to run down there to try to help. They being turned away. We seen Elon Musk talk about he's sending his people down there to send, you know, to set up Starlink so these people can have internet. We heard that they're being stopped. So it's a lot of things going on. We see a photo out with Kamala Harris. You know, she's doing a photo out, but it took her a while to actually get down there and hit the ground running. You know, and people are like, they're fed up, they're tired. They're just like, yo, what is this? You can try to like shame us all you want. We seen Obama try to get up there and defend Kamala Harris, and he's talking about, yo, he's starting to see, you know, the shift to where people are starting to support Trump. He doesn't understand why it's not like how he was when he was being elected. I say this, Obama, people saw how you were when you were elected, right? You didn't do nothing for it. So Biden got in there. He got elected. You still didn't do nothing for us. Y'all sitting there, you know, Kamala Harris and her, you know, doing all these interviews, blaming Trump for why she can't get things to pass. We see Tim Walz blaming Trump to why they can't get things to pass because they're saying Trump has too much power. Well, if Trump has the power to change things, and if Trump got the power, you know what I mean, to make sure the average American person is living better, why are y'all in power? Is what I'm trying to understand. Because I can't understand it. You know what I'm saying? But shout out to y'all. Let's listen to some of these videos that's going on. You know what I mean? I kind of want to show y'all what's been happening on Twitter. You know, shout out to Michael McFarland with the $20 donation. This is the Piper Boy. We want to hear it. And we hurting in Asheville, Raleigh in the building. Shout out to you. I appreciate you for supporting this and sponsoring this. People are speaking out. They are tired. You know what I mean? This lady, she got multiple different accents.
Empathy, man. Yes. You know, for the suffering of other people, have empathy, man. Yes. You know, for the suffering of other people, empathy, man. Yes. You know, for the suffering of other people.
She chose a Jamaican accent in that one. Like, oh, unreal. The lefties are losing it. Shout out to Sky News. You know, I think this is an Australian base. They showing that the lefties are losing it. We're gonna get into like how we thinking about the Democratic Party in a minute.
Glord saying the same thing along with a bunch of other wild, crazy crap. This is MSNBC, folks.
And this man is running around here busting his chops, scaring the hell out of communities, right? And we're trying to figure out how.
Mind you, so these are the lefties, right? The liberal media. They're like, Trump has gone through 2 situations where they trying to take his life, right? Listen to what they say. I think if the roles were reversed, I don't think the people on Fox News will be reacting like this and saying that Kamala Harris needs to be hit and doing all of that. I don't think they would be doing this, but listen to what these lefties got to say.
Saying the same thing along with a bunch of other wild, crazy crap. This is MSNBC, folks.
And this man is running around here busting his chops, scaring the hell out of communities, right? And we're trying to figure out how to keep that middle, you know, locked in on her when she needs to bust him in his mouth. I'm saying it like that because
did y'all hear what this dude said? He said she needs to bust him in his mouth. She needs to bust him. Like, come on, bro. That's what I'm talking about.
Lord, saying the same thing along with a bunch of other wild, crazy crap. This is MSNBC, folks.
And this man is running around here busting his chops, scaring the hell out of communities, right? And we're trying to figure out how to keep that middle, you know, locked in on her when she needs to bust him in his mouth. I'm saying it like that because.
What y'all think? Yeah, he said that. He said she needs to bust him in his mouth. That's what he just said. That is unreal. Shout out to Robinson80. with the $5 Cash App. He said, shout out to you. I appreciate you, bro. Shout out to you. I appreciate that, bro. I appreciate Michael McFarland with the $20 donation. This is the Piper boy we want to see here. Shout out to you. But they talking about, hey, like, so who's safer? I don't see Trump getting out here saying nothing like this. Like, but they want to paint him as the bad guy. They want to paint Trump as the narcissist, the person that you can't be safe around. But they're saying things like this out here.
He's dangerous.
You know what was dangerous? You to stand right there and say that she needs to bust Trump in his mouth. That's dangerous.
Dangerous to particular people. And the history of the country is such that we can't play fast and loose with it. Fast and loose with it.
Isn't it incumbent on all of us to protect the people who are endangered by him?
But you never have. That's the rub. You never have.
Now, of course, Nicole Wallace didn't challenge any of that insane rhetoric, including the comment about busting Trump in the face and about his claims that Trump is a danger. No, she just agreed with him. All this after 2 assassination attempts in 2 months. And the mad rant went on further. Here is Eddie claiming Trump being elected again will leave children traumatized. Did I mention this hysteric is a professor?
That's a professor talking like that? What? What school is hiring him? This is what y'all like? This is what y'all like?
Because we got to keep this troglodyte out of office. Because if he comes in, our babies are going to be in danger. Because remember, those young children are going to grow up with the memory of having to not go to school for the threat of bombs. And somebody told them that their moms and dads eat cats. They eat cats and dogs. I'll get myself together, Claire.
Okay, take it.
He said, I'll get myself together. Yes, you definitely need to get yourself together. I also seen Meghan McCain threatens to spill tea on father's actual thoughts on Kamala Harris, as if they keep talking. This is another one. Hey, you know what Tim Walz said? Y'all heard what he said before we get into everything? Listen to what Tim Walz said.
Spoke on this, so I will just, that's what I've said.
Tim Walz is so dopey that he makes Joe Biden look cognitively sharp. Joe has said some bizarre stuff over the years, but he's never claimed to be mates with school shooters.
Yeah, I sat in that office with those Sandy Hook parents. I've become friends with school shooters.
Yes, Tim.
I've heard Joe Biden say some pretty interesting things over the course of his presidency. And even like other times when he was younger. This is insane what this guy just said.
Shooters.
Yeah, I sat in that office with those Sandy Hook parents. I've become friends with school shooters.
Yeah.
Hit the like button, bro. We talk about everything that they do not want y'all to see in regular mainstream media. There is a reason they do not want y'all. Hit the like button. What we doing? Subscribe.
Yes, Tim Walz is a masterful communicator, isn't he, Jen?
We've talked about this a little bit when we were sitting over there waiting. I think Tim Walz is one of the best communicators out there in Democratic politics. And he propelled himself onto the ticket because he is such an effective, good communicator.
As
Spoke on this, so I will just, that's what I've said.
Tim Walz is so dopey that he makes Joe Biden look cognitively sharp. Joe has said some bizarre stuff over the years, but he's never claimed to be mates with school shooters.
Yeah, I sat in that office with those Sandy Hook parents. I've become friends with school shooters.
Yes, Tim Walz is a masterful communicator, isn't he, Jen?
We've talked about this a little bit when we were sitting over there waiting. I think Tim Walz is one of the best communicators out there in Democratic politics. And he propelled himself onto the ticket because he is such an effective, good communicator.
Hey, was that effective, good communication? I'm just asking y'all. real quick in the comment section, was that effective communication? I don't think that was. I think that was kind of bizarre for him to say that. Listen, before we get into everything, the lefties are losing it again. Shout out to Sky News. Y'all doing y'all job. Shout out to y'all. Y'all calling out everything. They leaving no stone unturned. Shout out to them.
Moving forward for people who are living paycheck to paycheck and struggling for groceries and rent and homeowners.
So, look, I grew up, so my sister and I were raised by our mother. We lived for a long time in an apartment on top of a child care center. That child care center was actually owned by a woman who lived 2 doors down from us, Mrs. Shelton, who was, by all of our accounts and feelings, our second mother. She helped raise us. And so she was a small business owner. So I'll start with the small business, and congratulations on what you guys have done. I, from a child, knew who our small business owners are, right?
What is this?
So she knew from when she was a child what a small business owner was because she knew one. Great. What has that got to do with anything? Maybe there will be an answer to a straightforward question.
I don't think there will be. I don't think there will be. Yo, this lady was smoking the blue party. Like, listen to this. Like I said, vote for who you want. I'm just saying this lady right now, Insurrection Barbie, shout out to Insurrection Barbie, ended up putting why the Seattle Democrat is voting for Trump. Listen to this.
For Donald Trump, because I live near Seattle and I got to experience firsthand what it was like living in an area where Democrats had the majority of the poll and made a lot of the policies. Policies such as defund the police, mask mandates, travel mandates, closing businesses in schools, vaccine mandates and vaccine passports, all things that Kamala backs. So does Joe. And I got to watch what happened when we did these things as well.
Exactly. Randy 2K said, who cares about how you was raised? Talk about how you going to help the country. Exactly. Yes, you may like Kamala Harris. You got to understand this, right? I think you may be trying to say that is to show that you were struggling because you grew up in a small town and your mom was a small business owner. It sounds like you might not have had the rich life, but you had a pretty good life, right? There's nothing wrong about you having a good life. But the problem is, under your administration, people are starting to suffer in terms of price gouging, how expensive things are getting. And you guys have no way of getting people out of this. We even heard a congressman go on the Breakfast Club and say the tie-breaking vote on what was going to happen with the economy was up to you. So it's like people need like real answers as to what's going on and not the rhetoric. And I think that would be able to help. You know, you can get Obama to come out there as many times as you want to try to shame us. But when Obama doesn't have a record of showing that he's done anything for the black community aside from giving people Obama phones, other than that, like if he doesn't have a record showing that he can help us, he does not have the right to shame us into anything or try to bully us, because a lot of us now, you guys in the chat that are in here, all the people that are subscribing to me, a lot of y'all are like getting y'all news sources from alternative ways, right? And you're using your phone, you're probably doing research to figure out what's going on. We are no longer in the days to where you guys can sit around and indoctrinate us. You know what I mean? Like now people have minds of their own and you don't know what to do. We even heard, right? And we're going to get back to her in a second. We even heard Hillary Clinton having a problem about how social media is and how social media needs to be controlled because like people are starting to think for themselves. Listen to her.
But if the platforms, whether it's Facebook or Twitter X or Instagram or TikTok, whatever they are, if they don't moderate and monitor the content, we lose total control. And it's not just the
she wants these social media. John Kerry ended up talking about this. We're going to get to like the black people, like conservatives and stuff like that, how they feel about Obama in a minute. This lady, I have to mix it in here because they're never going to show this. This is going to be sanitized off of the internet. This right here, her saying this. She wants complete control over the internet. To where you guys are no longer able to think for yourselves. Hit the like button. What y'all doing? We got like 5,500 views. Like, we on the road to 100,000. Hit the like button. But they want the internet to be controlled. Yeah, she tripping, bruh. Do y'all like that? Hey, y'all remember when the pandemic was going on? I can't even say the name because this is the internet, right? When that was going on, remember if you posted anything about it, if you were upset about your circumstance or they forcing you to, you know what I mean, all of that to keep your job, and everybody's like upset. They don't know what to do. You know what I mean? And then every time you post something, there's like all kind of stuff under your post, or they're removing your post for violating community guidelines. Y'all remember going through all of that? They just now started loosening restrictions on that. Y'all know how like TikTok is kind of like, you can't really say what you want to say on TikTok. They treat Americans like we live in China on TikTok, right? So they'll take your audio, they'll do all kind of stuff. Like, we were literally dealing with similar things on across all of the platforms. 99% of them. If you're that 1% of platforms that didn't do that, shout out to you. But most of them were doing that. Twitter was democratically controlled. It was. A lot of people were silenced. Their accounts were suspended. People are afraid, but then people like Sarah Silverman can sit there and bully Republicans all day long on Twitter, and nobody would. And shout out to Sarah Silverman. You know what I'm saying? You know I rock with you. Shout out Thug Life. You know what I mean? You responded to me and some stuff. Thug Life. You know, but she can like sit there and bully people all day long and keep her platform. Meanwhile, if you're a conservative, if you say one or two different things, you know what? You're suspended. Elon Musk had to buy Twitter in order to have an open forum so that people can have the freedom of speech back. Yeah, they're gonna do things and correct some things that may be wrong at times. You know what I mean? That they do that. Like, and I can show you like tons of posts of where there's like things like annotations and stuff under what people are saying. So they're trying to comply as best as they can, but they do believe more so than not in freedom of speech, unlike a lot of platforms that will take your monetization, that will take, you know what I mean, or reduce your visibility. Y'all got to understand, if I'm live this amount of time, I have over 10,000 views on the video, right? So this amount of time, me being live, I have 6,700 views on this video. Why is that? Think about that. Look, y'all do the research, and then I'm not going to say it, you know, on this platform. But look at who contributes to the Liberal Party. Just look at that. That would kind of like open y'all mind up to what is going on. So this lady feels like she wants Hillary Clinton, feels like there needs to be internet control so that they can control the propaganda that's going out there.
But if the platforms, whether it's Facebook or Twitter X or Instagram or TikTok, whatever they are, if they don't moderate and monitor the content, we lose total control. And it's not just the social and psychological effects, it's real harm.
And shout out to Sugar Black that's in here. I appreciate you for coming in here. Listen, I understand why the platforms are scared, and they should be, right? Because this party just went after Twitter and forcing a TikTok, and they're forcing a sale of TikTok, and they put it in the legislation. This party did that. Why do you think that party did that? Because this is not about, you know, warfare like you once thought it was. I mean, they will do anything. They will even change their own accents. Change their own accents on y'all.
Empathy, man. You know, for the suffering of other people, have you no sense of purpose? Empathy, man.
They will do anything. This lady is even allegedly making up family members. And we had to see Candace Owens do, and we all reacted to it, right? And shout out to Candace Owens. She didn't hit me with a copyright. She could have. She didn't do that. She just let me react to it. Or her, you know, team didn't see. I'm sure they seen it. They, you know what I mean? Had a lot of views on it. You know, we was viewing up, you know, and she just let it rock. You know, so shout out to her. I say one little thing that's going on in a Univision interview or the town hall meeting up. That's Univision, bro. They tried to silence me. They blocked me in like multiple different territories for that one video. And thank God YouTube is giving me like ways to like get around that or try to dispute it. And I could have just like trimmed out that section and just let it rock. But I want that section to stay in there. If they would have hit me for copyright for the whole video, I would have been like, all right, you know, I did use a video. They didn't care about the whole video. They cared about that one little part. That was the issue. And now what's going on social media? People are finding out, oh, she was at a town hall meeting and there was a teleprompter.
Things that Kamala backs, so does Joe. And I got to watch what happened when we did these things, as well as they back open borders and sanctuary cities, which has had quite the impact on.
So when I tell y'all I need y'all to subscribe to the channel, I need y'all to subscribe to the channel. The algorithm needs to be seeing that, hey, in the algorithm, people actually want alternative news. People actually want alternative opinions. People don't want to just sit there and listen to CNN or you know what I mean, CBS of what they think all day. They want alternative media. You know, so that's important what y'all are doing. And y'all are doing it. 7,134 people subscribed in the past 7 days. That's incredible. People hit me up behind the scenes asking me if they want me to go on some of these platforms. Y'all might be surprised, coming soon, what I may end up doing. But this is, and none of this is like without y'all. This is y'all. You know what I mean? Like, cause we waking up out here. We not accepting the rhetoric.
In Seattle and the surrounding area. So it didn't work out too well in my area. Businesses closed at a rate of 20 to 25% in Seattle area compared to about 10 to 15% nationwide. Cost of inflation is up 25 to 30% compared to 16 to 20% nationwide. Homelessness is up 21% compared to 10.2% nationwide.
This lady said homelessness is up. Are y'all listening to what she's saying?
Crime, muck duck, if you know what I mean, has went up 72% compared to 43%.
Crime has went up 72%, but they're trying to tell us we will be safer under this administration. This lady is in a liberal area, and she's explaining and telling y'all the statistics on what is going on.
Under the Biden-Kamala administration, violent crime is up 22%. Compared to 16% nationwide. ODs up 165%. Narcan deployments up 200%.
Narcan deployments from the EMS and fire department is up 200%, she said. Y'all remember in the 60 Minutes interview when he was interviewing Kamala Harris, and he said within the past 2 years, the people that are coming from overseas is quadrupled. In the last 2 years. This is what he said. I didn't say that. This is what he said. And so he said with that, you know, fentanyl coming over, you know, has increased. Not overseas, but like over the border. The fentanyl has increased coming into the country. So when we see Trump say fentanyl has increased, and people say, oh, well, Trump doesn't know what he's talking about. Maybe watch the 60 Minutes interview. They kind of touch on that. And you know what Kamala Harris says? She says, oh, well, we've been working to try to cut it down to half. But if it's been quadrupled in the past 2 years, like they said on 60 Minutes, because they actually cover the border, right? So if it's quadrupled and you cut it in half, if you do the math, you're still bringing in more fentanyl. Am I like not, I'm you know what I mean? I'm not Asian. Shout out to the Asians. You know what I mean? But I'm not like a math whiz. And I mean that with all due respect. You know what I'm saying? I wish I was a math whiz. Right? But that kind of means that more is coming in under them. And then we seen her on Univision pandering to a lady that is saying on Univision, telling her family was here illegally for years. She managed to get her father legal status, but her mom passed before she can get her legal status. The lady basically was grilling Kamala Harris and talking to Kamala Harris and saying, what are you going to do to make sure people who are here illegally get the health care that they deserve? Instead of Kamala Harris saying, well, baby, you came over here illegally. It's what it is. You know what I mean? Like, she's trying to, like, placate the lady. Super nice the lady. You know what I mean? So what? Like, what do you want, Kamala? Do you want these people coming over here getting the, you know, we paying taxes and everything. We working over here. If they come over here illegally, I have no problem with that. No problem. Come over here legally. We take you sick. We take you wounded. This is America. Liberty. All of that. But when you come here illegally, and now the housing cost is going up because people have to live somewhere. Only so many people can live in an apartment. They got to start building more. You know, supply and demand is just what it is in the marketplace that the Democrats don't want to accept. It's supply and demand. So if you got like 1,000 more people moving into the neighborhood, and you know construction works slow, and you are a homeowner, you own apartment complexes, what are you going to do? What is the smart thing for you to do? You trying to get rich. You trying to have generational wealth. You trying to make sure you're straight. Your life is finite. You trying to make the most amount of money you can. You want Range Rovers. You want like all this thug life, right? You see people like in that area, and what you're going to do is you're going to raise prices. So maybe that rent used to be $1,000 a month. Nah, it's $1,400 now. I live in Nashville, Tennessee. You know what happened in Nashville, Tennessee? I was paying like, I think it was $1,067 a month for rent. When we start getting a whole bunch of influx of people moving in here, and it's not just the immigrants moving in here, but in Nashville, Tennessee, hey, we got areas. Nolensville Road, here's what it is. We got areas. You know what I mean? But it was people moving here from California because they're moving because the taxes are too high. Because a lot of times, oftentimes, liberal states, the taxes are extremely high. And people want to get away from those liberal states. This happens quite often. New York, people tired of being taxed. People tired of the high cost of living. People tired of the roads being torn up. People tired of being price gouged for everything and anything and everything under the sun living in New York. So they all come down south and they start moving to Nashville, Tennessee. What happens? What happens to the cost of living here? It went up, skyrocketed. I went from paying $1,000-something a month up to $1,617 a month. I seen it firsthand what happens. When you got people flooding over here from different countries, and you got people from different states flooding in, what happens? It's the market, it's supply and demand. It put me in a position where I'm like, yo, I can no longer rent. It's too high. If I'm going to pay this, I might as well live in New York. Right? That's a lot of money to be paying every month. I decided to buy a house. And you know what? Under the Trump administration, hey, it might not be the best interest rate in the world, but 4.25%, I think is all right compared to what people are getting now under the Biden administration. Because, you know, Biden ended up shutting down, and I don't care all y'all super popular people and celebrities and stuff that have been hitting me up arguing about my opinion. This is my opinion, right? Because when the Biden administration went ahead and they shut down the whole world, now you got like the people that own the big office buildings that lease the office buildings to different people, right? Now they're having a problem with bringing people in because you got like a situation going on worldwide now. People don't want to go back to the office. People want to stay home and work. It's different now. And people realize, yo, I could do the same job at home. I no longer have to go into that office, deal with people I don't want to see. Susie smiling at me with the fake smile, going to the, you know what I'm saying? The manager snitching on me. Leroy, whoever. I don't have to deal with that no more. I can get the job done at home and not go to the office. You know what business owners or real estate owners were thinking that was selling office space? We got to do something else. We got to switch up tactics. This is what they not. Hit the like button. Stop playing with me. Wait a minute. We should be at 100,000 subscribers by now. Get mad at me when we got 90-something thousand. Y'all letting the fake media outlets have millions of subscribers. They not telling you what the real is. I'm living through it every day. You know what these business, you know what I mean, executives that own all this real estate did, that own the buildings and all of that? They say, oh, we got a problem. People do not want to go back to work. So instead of like focusing on building buildings, what we need to do is start buying up all the property and make all of Americans renters. That's been going on the last 4 years. Have y'all been paying attention? Try to buy a house. I dare you. If you haven't bought a house in the last 4 years and you're thinking about maybe getting a second house, maybe try to look into it. Oh, it's a lot of red tape when you buy a second house. I start finding out. Oh, you got to like rent the first house out, or unless you know what I mean? They're going to look at it as a business and then they're going to try to tax you on it and do all this. Wonder who put all that into place. People say, oh, like, oh, well, Kamala Harris, she needs to tax the rich. Kamala Harris talking about, oh, we want to tax the rich, the people that make over $100 million. We want to give them unrealized property gain, capital gains taxes, unrealized. You know what that means? Yeah, they're talking about the people that make over $100 million. That means if they end up getting a profit that they didn't even like take, but it's unrealized, they can tax them on it. And a lot of y'all was, you know what I mean, back in the day, old school days, they was like, oh, like rich people need to pay income taxes. They need to do all of that. Who's paying it now? All of us. You know what I mean? So they'll implement something and then trickle it down to the regular folks. And then we got Trump out here is the one that's talking about your music junkies pod saying, Piper Boy, what's up with the $1.99 donation? Shout out. I appreciate you for sponsoring all of this. You know what I mean? I appreciate that. But they start out with the rich and they come after you next. They got 80-something thousand IRS agents they hiring. You think they're hiring them for the rich? Or you think they're hiring them to come after you so they can take your money and send it overseas? That's what's been going on, if you ask me. But then if we have a situation, our Katrina, that happens in a modern era, right? We got a situation where, oh, you, your whole, whoever, you know, $750 you can get. That's for the whole household. And it's $750. But they can get $1.5 billion in additional aid. I got a problem with that. People, oh, you a conservative? And they're like, yes! Obama's not about to bully me. Listen to what this lady is saying.
We lost 29% of our police and over 350 police officers. And those peaceful protests just in that 3-week Chaz Chop period alone cost the city of Seattle and the county of King County, where I live, over $7 million in damages. So yeah, that was a really good reason why. Also, the illegal immigration is putting quite the damper on our local economy. Like mass immigration always drives up prices, so that's not been a good thing for us. And Donald Trump wants to close our borders, secure our borders, wants to encourage legal, organized immigration, as well as he never considered backing the defund the police like Kamala did. And Kamala went as far as to claim that if you defund the police, crime's not going to get worse.
And it's obviously, when you look at her statistics, crime has gotten a lot worse. And you got this guy sitting here trying to shame us.
Is that we have not yet seen the same kinds of energy and turnout in all quarters of our neighborhoods and communities as we saw.
Shout out to Trina Frey, the Cash App with the $100 donation. I appreciate you. If you want me to expose somebody, we will. Thug life. You know what I mean? Like, yo, like, I appreciate that. You spotlight. I think you like the #1 sponsor of this stream. I appreciate you. You know what I mean? Like, hey, follow me on Twitter. Let me know, you know what I'm saying? You the person, and I will follow you back. I appreciate that.
I was running. Now, I also want to say that seems to be more pronounced with the brothers.
You hear what he said? With the brothers. Now we the brothers, but he didn't want to help us. Yeah, Trina. Hey, Trina. Trina got the bag, bro. Shout out to her.
Of our neighborhoods and communities as we saw when I was running.
So basically what Obama is saying, like, things are not the same as when he was running. he felt, I guess the Democrats felt like we're going to have a woman in here and she's going to run. Everybody's just going to run to her and just accept her for being an African-American woman, you know, that's going against the establishment and just, you know, hold arms and just go after supporting her. But the problem is, Candace Owens broke down. Like, her claims to black fame may not have, you know what I mean? To be black, it may not actually be true. The lady that she was sitting on her lap was not her grandmother. It may have been the help, allegedly. This is what Candace Owens put out there. You know, so I don't know.
Same kinds of.
But he doesn't know what to do, what to say, how to bully us into this. Nobody wants to vote for her. He doesn't get it. Do you not understand this candidate, Barack Obama, is not like talking to us? She's talking to, bro, she did she did an interview on the Howard Stern show and she talked about her mom. Hey, somebody in the chat, said you got to look Trina up. Oh, definitely, Trina. Follow me on Twitter. Follow me on Instagram. Oh, Thug Life. I got to see what you look like. You got money like that? I got to see what you look like.
We have not yet seen the same kinds of energy and turnout in all quarters of our neighborhoods and communities as we saw when I was running.
So basically, they're down in the polls, and they're not seeing a strong turnout from the community, is what he's saying. I wonder why.
Now, I also want to say that seems to be more pronounced with the brothers. So if you don't mind, just for a second, I'm going to speak to y'all directly and say that when you have a choice that...
Mind you, this dude is worth $70 million. You think I'm playing? Hold on. Y'all think I'm playing? Obama net worth. It's probably more than that. $70 million. $70 million. You're not no longer like, what did you do for us? I remember he was going through debates, right? Was it Mitt Romney or somebody? Like, he was going through debates and they were like, yo, you got a lot of investments over there overseas in China. You got a lot of them. Nobody ever questioned him about that, but now he's worth $70 million. Nobody ever questioned that. But he want to sit here in this $1,000 suit or more. It's probably Armani, maybe Gucci. He ain't gonna come out in front of everybody in all this photo ops for nothing. Probably got it for free. And we supposed to sit here and think you talking to us? You got 70 mil. And then you know what his wife did, which was really just disturbing to me, right? She went ahead in a rally and was trying to convince black people that every white person has a silver spoon. Every white person is just sitting around waiting, you know what I mean? Because they're expecting an escalator to lift them up. Every white like, bruh, I don't know how many times I went to work, different jobs, and white people was working right next to me. Not every white person is rich. Not every white person was given the silver spoon. Like I said, a couple days ago, I went to the gas station to get a Diet Coke. There was a homeless person that was white. I gave $10 to. So when y'all be like super chatting and stuff, y'all don't be there. I'll be like, hey, a lot of times, like I give it back. There's somebody that's trying to start a podcast right now. I bought him a Shure SM7B, a $499 mic out of my own money to help them because they want to be like conservative media and they want to be media and talk. You know what I mean? And I'm trying to help people out. I've given, like, on my channel before, you know what I'm saying? I've given out, like, a MacBook Pro before. It ain't all about me all the time. But when I went to the gas station, I gave somebody $10. It wasn't a black person. It was a white person. But your wife is out here spending propaganda like all white people have it, like, easy. So, and I'm going to be real. Like, some of them have it easier. They may be able to get a job easier. When you in the job, they may be able to get promotions easier and all of that. Sometimes that is true. You know what I mean? A lot of times that's true, but not every white person. And one thing that he forgets too, while he's trying to pander and blame us and shame us about this whole situation that's going on when nobody's believing in Kamala Harris. When you were running for president, you know what I seen on TV? Because TV was a little bit different back then. I seen a lot of white people rallying for Obama and saying that he's going to change the world. Standing up for him. Buying his books. That's what I seen. Y'all may need to take a different look at Michelle Obama. White people trying to support her. You think y'all worth $70 million? Like, and no white people helped y'all? What did you do when you are president to help us besides the Obama phone? Yeah, I like the pre-existing condition clause with the healthcare. Like, I like that. You know what I mean? Because it helps people, and we didn't have that before. But then, you know, healthcare was super expensive. People couldn't afford it. And then now, when they didn't get it, they ended up getting what? At the end of the year, you get a tax penalty for not having it. Makes you think. Who are they working for? Who are the people that's... I'm just saying. I'm just saying. And then Eddie Johnson says some black folks get it easy. I'm just saying, his wife is out here promoting rhetoric and, you know what I mean, trying to say, I mean, do we have to, hey guys, like, hey, I'm being real. Do we have to run that video back? I don't want to upset people, but his wife was out here wilding. Sources, you know what I mean? We can run the video back. If y'all want to see that video, we will run the video back. So we can see that. His wife was out here wilding. Sources. Let's do that. Let's run this video back. And then we find out influencers. Hold on. Is this the video? Oh, this might be the one that got hit for copyright. This video. Maybe y'all need to see this anyway. But TikTokers are being paid to support the liberal agenda. Isn't that something?
I also know because I've unfortunately had to follow mutuals who started posting content suspiciously in line with the pitches I received to do just that within around...
Wait, what? They tried to pay her 15 grand to distract y'all and just like super support Kamala. What is she really saying that?
Is paying people on TikTok thousands and thousands of dollars to make videos talking about how awesome the Democratic Party is. I know, because they've offered me nearly $15,000 to do just that, to try to take attention away from that whole genocide thing. And I also know because I've unfortunately had to follow mutuals who started posting content suspiciously in line with the pitches I received to do just that within around 48 hours of me receiving those pitches. And suspiciously, nobody is disclosing on TikTok that they are...
Insane. Insane. That is crazy.
After that message from Obama yesterday to black men, I had to pull up on Fox News and give them my thoughts.
Joining me now is Xavier DeRousseau, a former...
Oh, he pulled up on Fox News. Shout out to Anton Daniels. Shout out to you.
BLM activist, and Anton Daniels, a YouTuber, content creator. Xavier, let's start with you. You say you were personally, after watching them, offended by Obama's comments?
Absolutely. I mean, first of all, Obama's not as talented of a liar as he used to be. But quite frankly, my ancestors fought way too hard for me to have the ability to learn how to read, just for Obama to expect me to be so uneducated to think that I would vote for Kamala Harris simply because she claims to be a black woman. And I mean, if people want to stop having Kamala Harris be called a DEI hire, maybe he should stop trying to remind us of her demographic every 5 minutes. Black men not supporting Kamala has nothing to do with her being a woman. It has everything to do with her lack of accomplishments over the last 1,359 days.
Talk to him. I like that.
Well, Anton, I'm watching this and I'm thinking to myself, the shtick is kind of worn thin with Obama, you know. How you doing, Pittsburgh? You know, that whole, it just seems very 2002 or 3, I mean 2008 I should say, right? It doesn't quite have the same appeal, as megastar-ish as he is.
You know, it's a Hail Mary pass considering that we did vote him in based off of identity politics. And I'm not saying that all is bad, because he did do some things that I didn't necessarily disagree with that Trump absolutely did better than him. But at the same time, I felt that it was incredibly disrespectful because he's making the...
Somebody said, where's the like button, bro? Let me see what's going on with YouTube. I told y'all, bro, what happens. What happens when you start thinking different, things happen. Where's the like button? Where's this? Where's that? This video has 15,600 views. Guarantee you, I'm gonna show y'all this, right? After this video, and we gonna go live for a little bit longer, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna be in here chilling. I'm gonna show y'all some more videos of what's going on. I'm gonna, just for research purposes only, I'm gonna do a video about entertainment. Watch how many views I get on it. Watch how the algorithm doesn't stop me. Just watch.
Assumption that we're not educated enough to lead our families, to look at the policies, to understand exactly what's going on with immigration, and we're supposed to overlook everything that they did over the last 3.5 years that was not in our favor. And when I say our, I'm talking about the American people, let alone men, let alone black men, and we're supposed to vote for her because of some misogynistic reason that's made up. And instead, we've learned how to educate ourselves, and now they've sent their Messiah back to rein us in and bring us back into the Democratic plantation.
And mind you, The View, like you seen Kamala Harris on The View. The View doesn't like black guys. I mean, guys, period. Allegedly. They don't like guys. Listen to how they talk about men on The View. It's a clown show. They don't like men at all. They have a disdain for men, actually. But you want us to... Shout out to black women. I love black women, right? But we gonna keep it all the way real. Black women don't even like black men. They don't. You know why? Was it Mr. Johnson? They ended up coming out with like a welfare plan, right? And then the Respect VA with the $5 donation, shout out to you. They ended up coming out with a welfare plan to where it wasn't really advantageous to have the man in the household. And they thought we were so dense in the mind. They're like, they'll vote for us for another 250 years if we give them welfare. It's working. It's working. They don't even like us. Have y'all heard the music lately? Break up with him, break up on him, cheat him, get as much money as you can out of him, cheat on him, break up on him. What is Cardi B doing with her husband right now? She got a kid and everything. Shout out to Cardi B. Oh, they breaking up, and this is public. She's showing how disrespectful she can be to her husband. Allegedly, Offset is saying, well, I mean, he said it. This ain't really alleged. She letting another man in her while she's preggo. This is what's being marketed and pushed. It's 95 degrees. I ain't got no, and ain't got me, Glorilla. There's a lot of that going on. They don't even like us, but you want us to like go ahead and vote. Wait a minute. We supposed to be breaking our backs to vote for people that don't like us. 478 and only 141 likes. Wait a minute. Shout out with the $199 donation for Furo the Guru. You know what I'm saying? Another shout out for Respect VA for the donation. I appreciate you for sponsoring this. I appreciate that.
And most men...
Yeah, they love Steve Harvey, though. Steve Harvey been selling us out for years. Steve Harvey is the anti-man. Anything man stands for, he's against it. If it upsets women. Because that's his demographic. Allegedly. Thug life.
Men that I've spoken with have said that it's absolutely disrespectful and we're done with Obama.
Well, Xavier, again, when he says, you're lucky Michelle's not here, he does... What is that supposed to mean? I mean, I guess it's supposed to be funny because she'll...
You lucky Michelle's not here.
scold them in a more convincing or scarier fashion. It's kind of treating young black men as children, almost like you're children, and mommy's coming back and mommy's going to chastise you and you're going to get punished. But you're supposed to vote against your own economic interests to make Michelle and Barack happy and their 4 mansions?
It's absolutely.
Yo, they got 4 mansions. And this dude's trying to shame us. The price of eggs skyrocketed. Interest rates went crazy. But you're shaming us. And y'all was in here for 4 years. And this lady sat on The View and said she wouldn't do anything differently. But you're sitting here trying to shame us. Wait a minute. I got a problem with that, Obama. I do. I don't just have a problem with it. A lot of people got a problem with this. And we gonna let Obama, we gonna let these people voice their opinions on what's going on. Because I don't think people is really feeling this. You know what I mean? And shout out to Megan Kelly. She got a fire studio. Shout out to her. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Thug life. So this says, Blacks for Obama. Shout out to this dude. Let's listen to this.
Gold. And after we get done watching this one, I got another one from the other side. All righty. But without further ado, let's go ahead and roll it.
You about to vote? Yeah. Who you voting for? Trump. Come on, bro. Harris thugs backwards, bro. What? Harris. Man, we not voting for that, man. We voting for Trump, man. And who you voting for?
They even waking up in the hood. They at that convenience store. They see them prices. This dude, like, what you mean? Like, oh, Harris spelled backwards? Nah, bruh. Shout out to you, though. Thug life. You know what I mean? But we not about to do that, bruh. The price of everything, somebody said, price of eggs is $9.99 where I'm at. Bro, I went to New York. I went to, like, a battle rap event in New York, bro. I was, like, flabbergasted. I don't even use that word, thug life. Flabbergasted. When I went in the CVS in New York and seen them prices, I think I had chap lips. I went in there, it was like $7 for some chapstick. I'm like, what? It's crazy. This is like the norm. They think we're supposed to just accept it. Meanwhile, Kamala is pandering to Univision. That ended up hitting me with a copyright. Thug life. They didn't want me showing that. She got teleprompters out here and everything. They not about to pay all this money for backwoods, Kamala. Wait a minute. Sorry if I'm blowing your ears out. I ain't fixed the audio yet. Shout out. Thug life. They not doing this. Thug life.
Harris thugs backwards, bro. What? Harris. Man, we not voting for that, man. We voting for Trump, man. And who you voting for, Trump or Kamala? Man, Trump. We ain't.
I think things changing, man. It says maturing is realizing Obama did nothing for black people. Obama granted reparations for the Jews because of the... I can't even say that. And I can't even say that because they control the internet. When Obama was asked about black people reparations, he said reparations for African Americans today would ruin the ideology of America. Wow. That's crazy.
Nungari.
I like a straight shooter president. It says, I am hereby announcing the creation of Operation Aurora to dismantle and deport all illegal aliens that Kamala has let take over America's cities by invoking the Alien Enemies Act of 1798.
In honor of Jocelyn, Nungari, Lakin, Riley, beautiful Lakin, Rachel, Morin, and all of the others that are dead and or mortally wounded at the hands of migrants who should never have been allowed into our country, I'm announcing today that upon taking office, we will have an Operation Aurora at the federal level.
Operation Aurora at the federal level to get these Venezuelans out of here that's taking over these communities. And I like Trump actually talked about this. I don't know if I even like put this on my Twitter. I may have. Trump called that person that's running Colorado right now a bad word. That's what I'm gonna say. He said a bad word. He not playing with y'all. Trump is a thug. Thug life. I'm voting for the felon. It is what it is. Get mad. Get mad.
To expedite the removals of these savage gangs, and I will invoke the Alien Enemies Act of 1798. Think of that. 1798. This was put there. 1798. That's a long time ago, right? To target and dismantle every migrant criminal network operating on American soil. Who would have ever thought that a president or future president would ever have to stand here and say such things? Who would think that that's even possible to have to do? So many things are changed in the last 4 years, but that's the state of our country now after Kamala and Joe Biden have just absolutely destroyed our country.
Reese Franks with the $50 Cash App. Appreciate you. Y'all is rich. Like, what is y'all? MAGA, 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 MAGA. Y'all rich like that? MAGA, MAGA, MAGA. Thug life. They're rich. Yeah, but he calling them out. I ain't mad at it. Call them out. She up here with teleprompters, bro. This is crazy, bro. This lady is sitting up there telling you. This is crazy, bro. Like, we not doing this, bro. We not doing. I want some other people to talk, so y'all can see exactly what's going on. Shout out to her.
Same thing, along with a bunch of other wild, crazy crap. This is MSNBC, folks.
And this man is running around here.
We talked about that. Oh, there's my likes. I'm not afraid to share my likes.
Barack Hussein Obama, the audacity of you to say to us that we are required and we better vote for Kamala Harris and that we don't want to see a woman in a position of power. You're a liar. I remember in June of 2010, I was in Baghdad, Iraq, and I watched your State of the Union address as a proud young black man to see a black president on the television. But I listened to you as you told the American people that we would not spend any additional resources in Baghdad or in Afghanistan, and we're going to bring our troops home in December of 2014. Right then and there, I knew you couldn't be trusted. Why? Because I'm watching them build sidewalks, build streets, and construct buildings in Baghdad, Iraq in 2010, as you say we're going to leave in 2014. So now that you get on a stage or a platform and try to bully us and belittle us and try to make the world believe that we're not intelligent enough to see what you and the demonic Democratic Party is doing, you're the biggest problem to black people, not the Republican Party. Just because our policies differ or our views differ or our perspectives and values differ, now you want to attack? No, Barack, you're a liar and you're part of the problem.
That was very eloquent. He didn't say anything disrespectful. He called him out on the issues, said what he felt. So it says, Nicole says, Barack Obama, the jig is up. You don't need, she says, you don't need to lecture black men on who to vote for as they know who Kamala Harris really is.
Will somebody tell Obama that the jig is up, that we do know he is in.
Hey, y'all, if Trump is so racist, why are so many African Americans voting for her? I'm just wondering. I remember when Trump was like in all the music videos. He was thugged out with everybody. Thug life! So I don't know.
Anchor baby immigrant, that he is not an indigenous black American, that he's a Kenyan American.
Oh, what's she saying about Obama? Oh, Obama, did we ever see his birth certificate? I'm just asking. Don't be coming to America trying to like shame me. Where's your birth certificate before you start shaming me? Have y'all seen that? Hey, y'all hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. I'm just asking. I seen like y'all was Fox News is asking for his birth certificate. They being like, bruh, we don't know where you from. Who are you? Like, what? I never seen you in the hood. Like, thug life. What is your birth certificate? Don't be coming here trying to, like, shame me on who I need to vote for.
Will somebody tell Obama that the jig is up? That we do know he is an anchor baby immigrant, that he is not an indigenous black American, that he's a Kenyan American, okay? And that he...
Hit the like button, subscribe. Well, I can't really go in on people not subscribing. Y'all are thug life. But hit the like button. We need that. We need to break through the algorithm. This is the problem. I'm fighting against the powers that be, the DJ academics, to all these type of people. Shout out to them. Thug life. I watch it too. He's fire. It is what it is. But we trying to break through that. We got an election coming up. They could talk about Drake and J. Cole all day long. R. Kelly and Diddy all day long. If I talk about that, the views are going to go crazy. This is something that people need to hear. Hit that like button. Go crazy on the like button. Go crazy. Hit it again. Make sure it works.
We don't need none of his lecturing, okay? He don't need to lecture indigenous black Americans, okay?
J. Cole, that song was fire. I'm not coming at you. It was fire. Thug life. But this is important. You trying to distract us right now. Can't even wait till after election. Gotta just distract. Let me talk about Drake and Kendrick. Can you ride your bike, J. Cole? Can you go on the street and ride your bike right now? We got an election coming up. How many millions of dollars do you need? You don't even buy nothing but Philly cheesesteaks on the street. You couldn't have waited.
Sit down, Obama. You don't need to try to blame and lecture black men because they don't want to vote for the current VP. You talking about Trump probably has never changed a tire. First of all, you don't look like you've ever changed a tire or have done an oil.
Does Obama look like he changed the tire? I don't think he do. Hold on. This dude does not look like he even like this dude. He don't look like he's ever worked a day in his life. I'm not bullying him. I'm just saying, like, I'm trying to figure out. Does he look like he's ever worked a hard day in his life? Look at all this time it take to take all these pictures. I got like 12 pictures of my life in my phone, Obama. Look at this. Oh, yeah, y'all busy. Oh, yeah. Your legs are propped up. Y'all chilling. Y'all got special presidential waters up there. Y'all is chilling. Look at all. You don't even remember when you took all these pictures. I got 12 pictures of my life, Obama. 12. Y'all ever like yeah. Y'all ever seen somebody like, how do you have all this time in the world to take all these pictures, bro? You gotta be rich. I just need a photographer traveling around with me all day long. Look at this. We all at work, working 40 hours a week. This is 1,000,000 hours of pictures. Have y'all taken this many pictures in y'all life? We would have stopped like 5 minutes ago. All them pictures. He has never worked a day in his life, allegedly.
Change your damn self. When you was in office, you gave to LGBTQ because that's who your donors was, and you gave to the dreamers. You neglected the black people you claim you were from. Okay.
You're wrong about that. He gave a free phone that had weak internet. He did. Can watch YouTube on that. What?
Okay, so somebody please tell Obama to sit down. You're not in office anymore.
What y'all think about that? What do y'all think about her opinions? What do y'all think about this?
This message is for President Obama. First and foremost, you're not.
Hey, Jerome Davis said, bro, I took 10 pictures my whole life. Bro, I'm telling y'all, have y'all ever you ever went to somebody's house and they got pictures everywhere? You like, dang. Man, I wish I don't have this kind of pictures. Man, I went over my uncle's house. Shout out to my uncle, Thug Life. He in Atlanta, Thug Life. Thug Life. He got every picture of me. It's like 5 of them. I'm like, Mama! Obama got a picture for every second of the day. Your boy, Roy Boy, said, I agree 100%. No lie to me. Otis said, no lie to me. And then Joanne B said, sit down, Obama agreed. They crazy. They acting like we got time for all that, bruh.
And tell me what I'm gonna do and what I'm not.
All these imagine when they get old and somebody trying to sit down and show them all their pictures. They're gonna take 30 days to show them all of their pictures of them just doing this to everybody. Going into a limo. We gotta go to work. They going into a limo. They going into $40,000 brunches, per plate. They going to flying the Air Force One over here. They in, this country and that country, and meeting with this world leader and that world leader, having meetings on clipping people and doing all that. All these pictures. But he want to talk to us like he living our life. He worth $70 million. Get that through y'all head. That's a lot of money. If you had, bro, I wouldn't even be able to fit $70 million into my house. That's how many millions it is. Somebody let me hold $100,000 before. Thug life. Thug life. It was a job. I was working. It is what it is. You know what I mean? But it was $100,000. Long time ago. It's like, it ain't really that much. It's like, a duffel bag, 100,000. But it was still a lot. This dude got 70 million. He got $100,000 times. I can't even do math like that. It's a lot. Trying to talk to us and shame us. And you know why they never pass? They keep saying all these years, this is what they do. Oh, we gonna tax the rich. We gonna tax the rich. Oh, y'all don't gotta worry. We gonna tax. Then they hire IRS agents to come after you and me. We gonna tax the rich. We gonna tax the rich. And then you see what I'm saying? They do this all the time. You know why they don't tax the rich? Because they're rich. Nobody ever thought about that. How many houses do Nancy Pelosi? The lady that was when Trump was in, she was trying to stop everything Trump was doing. When Trump, remember the pandemic and everything like that? She was trying to stop everything. And she doing this to Trump behind his back. Trying to stop that. Let's see how much she worth. Nancy Pelosi. How many millions? Whoa, nah, bruh. This can't be right. $254 million? Oh, starting to make sense. Let's see, Celebrity Net Worth. They got her at 120 million. These are the people trying to shame you. Nancy Pelosi, and they wanted to talk about John McCain. Don't even know how many houses he got. How many houses does she have? This is a public politician. Let's see what kind of houses she got. They're probably big. Nancy Pelosi. That's a fire picture, though, Nancy Pelosi. I ain't gonna even lie. Thug life. She got castles and everything. She got a lot. Her house looked like this. Trying to stop everything. You 84 years old. What you about to do with $120 million? Nancy, you better let me clap. Get some of that money. I can't. She too old. Thug life. They trying to talk to us. They crazy.
This message is for President Obama. First and foremost, you're not going to tell me what I'm going to do and what I'm not going to do. Number one, I ain't going to vote for Kamala Harris. I think that she's going to make a bad president. She's a bad vice president. Everything she does, she tries to politicize it, and she hasn't shown the fact.
Why are y'all playing with me, bro? Hold on. Do I gotta subscribe? Let me talk to the subscribers real quick. Y'all be subscribed for 1 minute. I'm gonna talk to y'all, right? You said, okay, the cowboy hat is wild. Yeah, he is kind of wilding right here, bro. I'm not gonna lie, bro. You got the whole, like... He ain't got nothing in common with us, bro. Like, he just don't. Well, let's see what he got to say. Shout out to him. He got a right to an opinion. This is America.
This message is for President Obama. First and foremost, you're not going to tell me what I'm going to do and what I'm not going to do. Number one, I ain't going to vote for Kamala Harris. I think that she's going to make a bad president. She's a bad vice president. Everything she does, she tries to politicize it, and she hasn't shown the fact that she wants to put America first ever. So I'm not voting for that individual. Secondly, I think that it's really sad that you would come out against black men and actually degrade them because they're not picking the person that you want.
All right, don't come in here and bully him because he looks like Tim McGraw. Like, don't do that. He's got a right to do that. All right? He got a seatbelt on. He's following the rules. He got his pickup truck, F-150, it looked like. Let him chill. Live his life with his hat. He's got different perspectives. Everybody's got different perspectives. You know what I mean? Let's hear him out.
And she hasn't shown the fact that she wants to put America first ever. So I'm not voting for that individual. Secondly, I think that it's really sad that you would come out against black men and actually degrade them because they're not picking the person that you want them to vote for. All right. And the last thing that I'm going to say is the moment that I became a Republican and a conservative, that is when I got the most hate from the opposite party. All right. Being that I'm a...
Hey, yo, I tried to get away from that. Hey, TM Ross said, let you clap. Yo, I made them Nancy Pelosi comments and I tried to, like, get off here real quick and go to this dude. I'm like, oh, I wouldn't clap. I wouldn't. She's just rich. Rich makes you think. You know what I mean? It is what it is.
A conservative. Being that I'm a Republican, I've always been accepted. For the little bit of time that I may have been liberal, I never heard anything from the Republicans. They never came out and called me slanderous things. They never came out and called me racist things. The only time that I ever started hearing things about my skin color and about, you know, racism or whatever was when I became a Republican. And that was from Democrats that were saying that. So
yeah, and I feel so bad for him, bro. Like, he's right. Like, when they figure out that you are a conservative, you can't hide it no more, they come after you, bro. They after me right now. Boy, won't you talk about battery? I'm still talking about politics. Don't nobody like you. Don't nobody like you. You only got one hat. They be going crazy. Like, what? How you know I only got one hat? Bro, like, they be wilding. Vote for Kamala now. Like, no. Look at, this is what Nancy Pelosi thought about. This is how she think we dress in the hood. We are not wearing this in the hood, Nancy. They are so confused. But these are supposed to be the people. Come on. This was after George Floyd. Y'all remember that? The George Floyd. Bro, you think I'm lying? Y'all think I'm lying, bro. Why were U.S. Democrats wearing Ghana? It says, when U.S. Democrats in Congress proposed legislation to reform the police following weeks of protests over the unaliving of African-American George Floyd at the hands of a white officer. She thought this was appropriate to wear. She thought Mr. Floyd was walking around wearing this. This lady got so much money, she probably has not ever went to a grocery store in her life. I've been through, like, I'm from Cleveland, Ohio. I've been to the hood. I have never seen this. She is so out of touch with reality. It is insane. And y'all decided to do a photo op instead of talking to her. Like, yo, you know, Miss Nancy Pelosi, this ain't the move. You know what I mean? Like, this ain't how people, you know what I'm saying, get down. She didn't think about that.
No, I'm not going to be voting for who you want me to vote for. I'm going to do what I want as a man, and I'm going to be the man that I am, so you don't get to say anything.
So he could wear what he want to wear.
Every Democrat out there to know, you do not own black people. We are not slaves. Our chains are gone. We do not owe you anything, and we don't have to give you an account for how we choose to vote.
Obama is back on the campaign trail and he's making the case against Donald Trump. But before his guest feature in Pennsylvania, Obama made a surprise visit to Kamala Harris's campaign headquarters in Pittsburgh. It was there that he got candid, maybe a little too candid if you are in the vice president's inner circle tonight. He warned that Harris is underperforming him with black voters, and he had a message specifically for black men.
You just aren't feeling the idea of having a woman as president. And you're coming up with other alternatives and other reasons for that. So now you're thinking about sitting out or even supporting somebody who has a history of denigrating you?
Y'all better wake up, bro. Let's see what this lady got to say. I know she is fuming.
He sounded like a slave master in that clip. Sounded like he was on the plantation telling a bunch of people who had run off they don't have the right to do something unless he gives them permission to do it. It's as if he's telling these people, you all just need to shut up and get in line. Do what I tell you to do. How dare you try to think for yourself? How dare you try to reason for yourself? How dare you choose to vote for somebody else who I say you don't have the right to vote for? How dare he try to shame people and tell people that they're misogynists if they don't vote for Kamala Harris? And you say that Donald Trump is the one who's denigrating black people. You are the one, President Obama, who is denigrating these people.
Mega, 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 thug life. Talk to him, girl.
Because you think that they don't have the right to think for themselves. And instead of...
Yeah, exactly. Missy B 420 and subscribers said he is crazy telling people who they have to vote for. Hit the cap chat. Hit this super chat. I appreciate y'all.
Respecting their right to choose who they want to vote for, you want to shame them into voting for the Democratic candidate because they don't have the right, in your view, to vote for somebody unless you say that they have the right to vote for that person.
This makes me so proud. It does, man. Like, people are just, like, not being fooled this time. They are, like, realizing what is really going on out in the streets. I like that, man.
And I actually saw another creator on this app praising Barack Obama for this stunt he pulled last night, talking about, yeah, he told those black men, he let them.
But what I'm mad at right now, why is this channel not at 100,000 subscribers? This channel right here. Talk about entertainment, it starts flying up. I show you what they don't want you to see in alternative media. You know what I'm saying? Show you the alternative media side of things. But y'all would be like in the I Show Speed. Shout out to them, Thug Life. He's funny. I'm subscribed to. You know what I'm saying? Aiden Ross. And they subscribers be jumping 1,000 subscribers a second. And we putting the message out and we got an election going on. We trying to fight against the algorithm right now.
No, it is not up to Barack Obama to criticize anybody. It is not up to Barack Obama to try to shame anybody into doing something. That is not his place. He is not nobody's daddy up in there. Black people are not accountable to the Democratic Party. We don't have to give an account for who we choose to vote for or how we choose to vote. The Democratic Party is accountable.
Hey, Tim R.A. Hey, y'all, pay attention to Tim R.A. He's like the third person from the bottom, fourth person from the bottom that just made a comment. He said, remember when the photo of Barack Obama when all the, I can't say that on YouTube, but you're right. You're definitely right. She's speaking facts and she's mad. She's upset. She don't want to be played. You don't know what she's been through her life.
Accountable to us.
You don't know what she's been through the last 4 years. What she had to like go through. I'm proud of her. I'm proud of her for speaking her mind.
Kamala Harris is running for president. She is accountable to us. And then our former president actually had the nerve to talk about how disappointed he was in the black community for not supporting Kamala Harris the way they supported him. So when he was running, he got about 95% of the black vote. Joe Biden in 2020 got about 90 or 92% of the black vote. Now we have Kamala Harris in the swing state of Pennsylvania, which is where they were. In that state, she has about 77 or 78% of the black vote as of yesterday. But instead of placing the blame with Kamala Harris, people are turning around like Barack Obama and saying, the problem is you. You're the problem. You're a misogynist. You don't vote for her. There's something wrong with you. It's not her. It's you. I want Barack.
That's ridiculous.
Bradley, tell us why you're making the.
He playing music. We're not doing that.
Definitely. Are you from Aurora? Are you a resident?
45 minutes away from here. Yes,
Okay.
I live here.
Now, what has Colorado been like under the Biden-Harris regime?
Horrible. Actually worse than it was before because we have a very democratic leadership. You know, it's interesting because I went to the University of Aurora, like the local college, and
This dude's well spoken. Shout out to him.
I ended up getting 2 college students registered to vote. One of them was 17. The other one was about to turn 18.
That's pretty dope that he actually went there and got people registered to vote. That's fire that he did that.
They're both 18 now. And the point is, Trump is surging here. And the reason he came here isn't just because, he needs votes. He really can't win this state. He came here to offer the people hope. And I went to the area where these apartments are being rampaged by Venezuelan migrant gangsters that Kamala Harris allowed here. And a lot of those people in that area are just fed up. And a lot of them have been voting Democrat for a very long time.
But they're not going to be able to win that state, though.
So what am I supposed to be looking at, the camera or you?
Either one, whatever you're comfortable with. We'll take care of the rest of it.
Very handsome guy, so
thank you.
It just works out. So I just think President Trump showing up here is like a beacon of hope. He's like Batman, except it's orange in the sky. So him showing up here is going to give a lot of people hope. And this is a very...
Yo, them Venezuelans was probably scared when Trump walked in that. Like, because they know what it is. Like, he ain't about to play with y'all. Like, they was probably scared. So, yeah, it's going to give the residents hope.
blue metro.
Because it says, listen to the voter from Colorado tell you how bad it's been for him under Biden-Harris.
So he's not even in the, my part of Colorado, which is super red. He's in, the, what do you call it? The devil's nest or the lion's cage. He's here, lion's den. So I'm very, very excited about this, and I'm going to try to get in there. You guys better get me in if I can't make it in there. Oh, it's
Shout out to him. And then it says, shut up, Obama. Real men believe in God, freedom, and family. I love this. NRA. Yeah, because we can have blicks too. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I think a lot of us have been conditioned. Even though we commit crime, it is what it is. Thug life. But a lot of... a lot of us have been conditioned. You know what I mean? That we can be a part of the NRA. You can. You know what I mean? It is what it is. And then MAGA means maybe afford groceries again. And then this is the teleprompter. This is, I think, what I got hit with a copyright for, showing the teleprompter on YouTube. That's what I got hit for. I'm not going to play the audio or anything. They're not going to get me again. She's Kamala Harris with a teleprompter. You know what I mean? I'm talking over this. This is a reaction. So if y'all try to get me again, this is a reaction. There's a teleprompter. And she's taught. So that tells me a lot of her questions were probably fed to her. That's what it tells me.
Along with a bunch of other wild, crazy crap. This is MSNBC, folks.
And this man
Oh, no, that's not the one. She did one.
Forward for people.
No, that's not the one. She did another one.
Be nice if schools.
Yo, this is crazy, y'all. Share this, like this video, subscribe, all of this. This is the video I really wanted to see. I had to do all of this so I can get this to pass because they are going to try to stop this video from going out like they did the Univision video. Listen to this. So it says teacher gets confronted for having a Kamala Harris Day, trying to indoctrinate students. This should be illegal. And she gets confronted, and I think she's confronted by a black guy, but listen to this.
It'd be nice if schools focused on academic excellence rather than leftist indoctrination. Watch this parent confront a teacher running a Kamala Harris Day at school.
I wouldn't want another child coming in wearing an impeached Trump shirt. Does that make sense?
Okay, but you guys are having a Kamala Harris Day.
Yes, and it's in honor of Black History Spirit Week for Black History.
Okay, but you're making it political. Like that's it's not Black history. You're making it.
It's two different ways you can look at it, right? And this is me being all the way real. You don't know like what a family's political beliefs are. So before having a Kamala Harris Day, because it is Black History Month, what she was saying, right? Before having a Kamala Harris Day, maybe like reach out to him and be like, yo, this could be political. You know, let us know whether or not you want your child like involved in this, because we do want to recognize African Americans allegedly. I don't know what she was at the time. She claimed a lot of things. You know what I mean? She's colored. So we want to like recognize her. So, you know, this is a permission slip. If you do not feel like this is appropriate, we understand. You know what I mean? We'll have them go to another class, maybe watch a movie, you know what I mean? Maybe have some snacks and stuff like that. But if you feel like you want your child to be involved in it, then, you know what I mean, they can be involved in it. It's the way you go about doing it, you know? So I'm both ways. And the other side is like, this seems political. Y'all are like pushing a political agenda like through the school. Like y'all can't be doing that. You know, so it's like, it's however you really want to look at it. But I think it's like absurd that they're doing this.
You're making a political statement.
And like he said, you're making a political statement. You see, if they would have just reached out, they would have avoided all of this. And I'm talking over this because I have to react to this. Because when they try to come after me for this video, I have to be able to say I gave commentary on this specific video. Because they do not want this video getting out. This is why it's on Twitter right now, and I'm talking to you guys about it.
I'm not sure how I'm making a political statement.
Kamala Harris Day, she's the current vice president of the United States.
Yes, and I myself did not make the week up. Have a further conversation if you feel that it is inappropriate for us to have that. I'm not stating that I agree or disagree with you. Just be mindful of that. I'm just doing what I have to do in my position and in my job.
So she is kind of understanding that this is kind of weird, but she's doing what she has to do in her position. So I guess she's told to do this, but you're taking part in it. So you're just as liable as everybody else, in my opinion. What do y'all think?
Okay, so are you the one making this decision?
Yes.
Now here is a...
What do y'all think about that? That is insane.
May make MSNBC's Jen Psaki interviewing Kamala Harris's husband, Doug.
Y'all are not going to believe this. Again, shout out to Sky News for this coverage. Yo, salute to Supreme. Yo, Majesty, I appreciate that. You know what I mean? Everybody that ended up super chatting, Cash App supporting this, I appreciate that. You know what I mean? Because y'all know what they do. They try to suppress the videos when I go live, because I'm going to do it. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to talk about maybe something that's going on in battle rap, and then I'm going to move on and talk about entertainment, and we're going to swing it right back around to politics. I'm going to show y'all the difference in views. I'm going to show y'all the difference of how the algorithm plays out. You see what I'm saying? When you're talking about things that are distracting people from what's going on versus making people pay attention to what's going on. Listen to what this guy said, Kamala Harris's husband. That could be the first man, you know what I mean, or whatever they want to call it. Listen to what he says.
Of MSNBC's Jen Psaki interviewing Kamala Harris's husband, Doug, may make you nauseous.
important part or an interesting part of how people have talked about your role here is how your role has reshaped the perception of masculinity. And I'm not sure you planned on that, but you are an incredibly supportive spouse. Has that been an evolution for you? And do you think that's part of the role you might play as first gentleman?
It's funny, I've started to think a lot about this. I've always been like this. My dad was like this.
You have reshaped the perception of masculinity. She actually said that. Did you circle back to your bucket yet? Just a reminder for those who don't know, this is the same man who was sleeping with a nanny while his first wife was at work. He even got the nanny pregnant. Yeah, that sounds like the type of masculinity every gal craves.
Unreal. Unreal. Yo, and then Piers Morgan, I do want to say shout out to you, right? Because Piers Morgan, even though he's on the left side of the aisle, I don't care what nobody says he is. A lot of times, like when he has people on, because he allows people to defend themselves. Sometimes he may take the position of the liberal, and sometimes he may like fact check. And you know, like if the liberals start to go a little bit too far left, he brings them to the center. He does do that, but he has a job. It's to entertain, and a lot of times, you know what I mean. He has different people from different walks of life on different social media platforms, and gives them the opportunity to say what they want, you know what I mean, and what they feel about different things. So I want to say a special shout out to him. I know he's been going through it, you know what I mean, over the Jay-Z, like coming after him for Jaguar rights comments, you know, and I think he handled it really well, and he did what he needed to do. Yeah, apologize. Sometimes you do have to remove a video instead of being removed, your platform being removed, you know, so I understand he's got a big platform, but he ended up doing like a panel, right? And it says, Democrat says men are too emotional and they can't lead. Right? This is what this dude is saying. Listen to this.
Investing in America and bringing manufacturing.
This is how the left thinks.
Investing in America and bringing manufacturing back to America. 800,000 jobs, ladies and gents.
Listen.
Now, can I answer peace?
Donald Trump.
Now, can you?
Mind you, this dude is the one being emotional. Not him, not him. They're trying to like talk because this guy's been talking over him this entire episode. She's been like acting like she's eating cats like this episode and being super like argumentative and, you know what I mean, like boisterous throughout this entire episode. And he's kind of been following her lead. They've been just being very respectful and throwing out their points of views. These two are the conservatives and these two are the liberals. So I want to say special shout out to him, but they're still outnumbered because he himself is also a liberal, but he did a very good job of moderating all of this. But you got this guy right here, which is a liberal, that is saying that men are too emotional to lead the country.
Investing in America and bringing manufacturing back to America. 800,000 jobs, ladies and gents.
Listen.
Now,
if
can I
this was
answer
true,
Pierce?
Donald Trump.
Now, can you guys stop being triggered snowflakes so I can answer Pierce's question? Please,
If
my
this
God.
was true,
Just take a
if
breather,
this was
gentlemen.
true,
It's okay.
If this
was Pierce,
true,
I just think men
Donald
are too
Trump wouldn't even be
emotional. I think
close
men
to
are
the
too
middle.
emotional and they can't lead. I think they just can't lead, Pierce. I think they're too emotional.
You think men are too emotional and they can't lead? What do y'all think about that in the comment section? I think that is ridiculous. Y'all want to hear the interesting logic of the people that are trying to vote for Kamala right now? Like I said, vote for whoever you want to vote for. In my chat, if you feel like you're liberal, you're liberal. If you feel like that's the best side for you right now, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? My side is red right now, thug life, right? But listen to the logic, and this guy's about to play this.
It's right here.
I might have to speed this up because I think this dude has a network. I may have to speed it up a little bit.
But this is definitely not where we just were. Let's go ahead and roll it.
Trump or Kamala?
Kamala.
Why are you voting for Kamala?
Because Trump sucks. Because she's trying to make the world a lot cheaper to live in. The amount of money that costs to just...
This lady's not even thinking that the last 4 years has been more expensive. She's just looking at her being a woman.
Do anything. Keeps increasing so much.
So do you think that's Biden and Kamala's fault?
I think that's always been happening. How much things have cost has always been like increasing.
So you think Kamala's going to fix it even though she's already been VP for 4 years?
What did Trump do?
I think he fixed it.
Did he?
Yeah, I think the economy was way better. Houses were cheaper, rent was cheaper, grocery prices were cheaper. What is Kamala's greatest achievement as VP?
I literally don't know. I have no idea.
You don't know anything she's done?
No, I don't.
But she's still the better choice?
Yes, because I know a lot of things that he has done.
Like, you know a lot of things about Trump that are negative?
Yeah. He's racist, he's sexist.
Okay, well, what has he done that's racist?
Specifically, I don't watch anything with Trump in it. I just see like
So she's just like saying he's racist and she has nothing to substantiate her claims. This is interesting, but you know, it is what it is. Shout out to everybody, Thug Life, all the support, you know what I'm saying, the super chats and everything's winding down. You know, I don't want to keep y'all too much longer. I'm gonna give y'all an intermission and we're gonna get right back to it. You know, I gotta do something in a different lane of entertainment real quick, and then we're gonna try to, you know, circle around to a different portion of entertainment, and we're gonna kind of bring it back to politics. But shout out to everybody that's been rocking with me. We got, let's see how many views we got in here. We got 32,700 views. Shout out to y'all, everybody that's been subscribing. We up to 75,027 subscribers. I appreciate y'all. Just like last week, I had 67,600 subscribers, you know, so this week has been going crazy. I appreciate everybody. This month we got 1.5 million views on the channel, you know, and this is all indicative of you guys. This is not notifications going out. This is not none of that. This is y'all pushing the videos, you know, and I've been hit up by some very, very important people that have been trying to talk to me behind the scenes, and this is because of y'all. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna make it a point, like when I go live, I'm gonna have those moments where it's gonna be subscribers only. I'm gonna read y'all the chat. I'm gonna see what y'all talking about. I'm not gonna get like Hollywood like these people if I do get to a situation in the future where I got like 1 million subscribers or something like that. But shout out to everybody. I'm out. Come and subscribe. Let me know what y'all think about that. Click the notification bell so y'all can get notified on when these blogs drop. I'm out. Come and subscribe. Let me know what y'all think about